first all around the world for intraday market analysis. Nigeria stock market, we closed that last week. Week to date, the market was up by 1.73%. Month to date, that's for the month of May, it was up by 1.1%, while year to date, 32.9%. But on your board here, we still see the markets still trying to climb back to that 100,000 points, which it had lost some couple of weeks ago. So it's still struggling a little bit. We talked about the markets making that comeback away from the loss that we saw in the month of April. The market was down by 6.16% and losing 3.5 trillion naira. But for the month of May, it made a rebound, gaining about 619 billion naira. And this is coming after the month that the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank had hiked interest rate to about 24.75%, which made investors within the equities market to move their portfolio into the fixed income market. So that's it for Nigeria stock market. Now for the South African stock market, almost 1% and gradually climbing above the 77,000 points at 77,424.06 points. Over to the Egyptian stock exchange, the EGX 30, we see the market also in the green. So it's mostly a positive sentiment for major markets for Africa at intraday. Now let's talk to our market analyst, Abiodun Adedotun, equity trader at FBN Quest for more details about the stock market, particularly reviewing the month of May, where we saw that comeback. Thank you for joining us, Abiodun.
Thank you very much, Victor.
Okay.
It's nice to be here again.
Okay, and happy new month to you. Now,
yeah, happy new month.
All right, so let's talk stocks, or let's take stock. Our stock market, Nigeria stock market, we see that. Were you surprised that the market had that last minute or last week rebound after 3 consecutive sessions of profit taking?
I'm not really. I wasn't surprised because the valuation levels are quite very attractive for investors to get in. I think the market was overflogged, especially the banking stocks. We were overflogged in the middle, towards the middle of the month of May. So it's more like cherry picking to try to bring the market back to reasonable levels.
Okay, now we've talked much about the banking stocks, but what about the consumer goods counter, where we've seen about 10 months now, we've seen so much, some are listed and some are not listed. What's happening to the consumer goods counter of the NGX?
Yeah, it's actually a mixed story in the consumer space. You know, for companies that have exposure to FX, like Nestle, Nigerian breweries. Of course, the FX story is well known all across the nation. Our currency has taken a big hit. So it's not really looking good on the FX side of things for them. For the locals that depend mostly on the local production, maybe like your NASCON and Co., they fared a little bit better. But as you would agree with me, most of the input for these consumers are imported. So there's been a bit of pass-through in terms of cost to their operations, and that's not really looking well. So margins have been eroded, and of course, a little bit of capital injection has to come in. We know about the Nigerian breweries trying to raise capital up to 600 billion. Nestle is also has also tried to adjust the balance sheet to be able to reflect the true realities of state of affairs. So pretty much it's a bit of mixed among the consumer goods.
Okay, so now we're starting the first trading day of June today. So how is the market looking at that intraday, and what's your outlook for the first trading week of June?
Right now, the market, there's a bit of profit taking happening in the market as I speak to you right now. Of course, day traders are trying to take advantage of the higher prices, which was printed at close of Friday, to be able to book lock-in profits. And of course, demand is a bit weaker, but you'd expect that the market might just trade around these current levels or roll back a bit. But the good thing there is that we might get some form of, relief given the performance you expect is Seplat to do on the news of the ExxonMobil deal going through upon approval by the NNPC. So I think that should play more. Investors should look more at a company like that and might be able to give the market some kind of stability.
Okay, Abiodun, I think we'll leave it there for the markets. And of course, look out for how the market ends the first trading week of June. Most likely, the bulls should have it. So thank you so much for your time on our show.
Yeah.